Hello! What's up, everybody? Vibe check? The vibes are very good here, K-Bot. It's the Splatfest. In Europe, anyway. Inform me, teacher man. I wish to improve. Okay. Well. Oh gosh, where do we start? So I guess we'll start with the new weapons. Show us the fit. This is an untouched fit. I have not messed with this at all, so this is just very default. But these are the only pants. Anyway. So Splatana. Oh no. What is this Kyo tweet? I'm very nervous. What am I about to be looking at? Notes so far. Blaster bucket, nice. Oh, gotta be hardest weapon in the series. Can't tell if it's good because it's so hard. Like I said, all weapons are good. The katana. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Okay. So Splatana. Here's the thing. This main weapon, the Splatana wiper, is awful. Like, it's got the same... So, I thought it looked like, from the footage we were getting, that this thing has decent range. This is splatter shot range. But it's, like, way lower fire rate than the splatter shot. The paint is, like, okay, I guess. I mean, the combat range is pretty much the same as the painting range, but it's still... Just that fire rate's not great. The saving grace for this particular kit is that it has torpedo. So you can do this. And if I actually hit my shots, that's your fastest kill time, I think. If you... And I keep missing it. Oh my god. There are too many targets here. But yeah, it's not looking great right now. Not gonna lie. Like, this thing's... The range on the one-shot, too, is so insanely close. Like, look. This looks like it should be one-shot range, right? 60. What about this? 60. What about this? Now is when you finally get the 120. You literally have to hit them with the blade of the Splatana. It is a melee range attack. So... Yeah, this thing is not looking great, and the fact that it has hammer probably isn't helping it, because hammer has the exact same problem. So yeah, you can launch these things, you can be like Reinhardt or something, but like, this is so much worse than a burst bomb. So, yeah. That's not looking good, but, let's see. So, I'm not a roller player, so tell me if I'm off base here. But this roller does not seem like the Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2 Splat roller. So we got this. First of all, every roller does not paint its feet with the horizontal flick at all. Like, it throws the paint well away from the weapon. And maybe that also is a roller thing that I just have not noticed before. But like... Look at how far away I am from being able to move in that. You need the vertical flick for anything to paint your feet. I don't know if that's normal, again. But... Yeah. So... It seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong here, but it seems like the Splat Roller is a bit chunkier than it was in Splatoon 2. Like, it seems a little bit bigger, a little bit slower, a little bit longer range. I don't know. Yeah, it definitely looks different. Like, this is... I looked at it and I was like, wait, this looks like it's the size of the Dynamo. Like, they're not that... The Dynamo isn't that much bigger. So I'm like, okay, where does the Flingza go from here? Anyway. A lot more inconsistent. Ugh. Yeah, like, look at the paint on this thing. So that's one flick. This is another flick, so completely different looking. This is a third flick, also completely different looking. So, hitboxes are still very wonky on this weapon. Has more range? No, I think we... So, somebody even went into Sturgeon Shipyard, because so the rumor that that it has more range came from a clip of the Tricolor Splatfest from the promo, where the Dynamo did a vertical flick, and someone was like, "Oh my god, that is so much range!" But like it just normally has that much range in Splatoon 2, and someone went into the actual Sturgeon Shipyard map and showed that off. So I'm pretty sure this isn't actually different, but it is charger range in terms of paint. I don't know about in terms of combat. That's probably different. Like the aero spray. So in terms of painting range, right? Like you stand right here and you fire, and that paint is going as far as the splatter shot does. But then you actually like aim at something, and this is what its actual combat, well, that's not its real combat range, because, like, you saw how many shots missed. But it's like, you've barely got 2 of these lines, even though painting, you have a little over 3 of these lines. So don't confuse painting range for combat range. Those are 2 very different things in this game. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there are questions here. Okay, Tacticooler. I have not messed with Tacticooler too much. You can't throw it very far when you launch it, because I haven't played a lot of PvP. Partly because I am in Europe and I don't want lag. But you can't throw it very far. You have to get pretty close to it to be able to pick it up. I have not been able to test whether you can break it because there is no private battle. You cannot make private battles with people. So, like, I had this whole plan where we were going to get up, and I was going to lab stuff out with Chara. And that was the stream we were going to be having right now. But then we found that the private battle thing exists in the menu, but is not available. And we were like, oh, well, that kills that idea. And so now we're streaming separately. I took some time to just record some footage for videos later. And Chara went and just started playing multiplayer. And that's where we're at. Killer Whale's pretty interesting. I need to go back and look at the footage that I collected, because I've got enough footage to figure it out, but the way that it targets is... It's going to take some getting used to. So it kind of gets this circle like you have in Tentamissiles, and it'll, like, lock on to one player if you have that player inside that circle. And then if you turn it, it'll lock on to the next player with the next set. But if it has this very specific timing that you need to have the players targeted in order for that to happen. So I'll see if I can get it here. There we go. Okay. That's the way that you're able to get, like, 3 players targeted. But, like, that took a little bit of practice to get down. You're going to need to, like, just have kind of memorized when it's going to start targeting things. Because otherwise, you just go like, wait, is it? Oh shoot, it's already. Oh crap. That didn't do what I wanted it to. You know. And then after they like splat that target, they just kind of like go wherever the heck they want to. I think the top one aims down, the bottom one aims up, and the middle one just goes side to side or something after it splats its target, something like that. I don't know. Little weird. So something about the crab tank that I don't think we really saw is that as you hold the fire button down... oh, we should also show you Angle Shooter. Because Angle Shooter is actually one of the big surprises of this for me. I think Angle Shooter is way better than I thought it was going to be. But we'll talk about that in a second. Crab Tank... As you hold down the rapid fire, it speeds up. So it starts off with absolute trash DPS. Like, you might as well just fire the main weapon. But then it speeds up. So we'll just, like, sit it right next to the big target that can take infinite damage. Oh, and its aim swings around kind of slowly, too. Okay, so that's Crab Tank. The big, like, SPLATOON shot kind of deal is 90 damage, I think. Let me double check that, but I think that's correct. And you used the R button for that. Yeah, 90 damage. And it has like a 60 damage indirect and then a 30 damage splash damage. Okay, angle shooter. So this thing has like E-liter range. Look at that. That hits. Does this still hit? This still hits. This thing's insane. And it's perfect accuracy too. Okay, I'm finally missing. But like, look at that. That's like... Can I even hit that with an E-liter? I can't even hit that with the E-liter. Can I hit that with the scoped E-liter? Yeah, this is longer ranged than any weapon in the game. It's insane. And with the perfect accuracy, you can just tap, tap, boom, 60 damage from longer than E-liter range. Like, this has to go further than a burst bomb. And it's like very, very very little ink consumption for it. So this is actually nuts. It's not like the best thing ever, because it's still not going to do that much damage, but like, if somebody's like getting away from you and you need to finish the splat, this is like one of the best tools for doing it. Like, I can't think of much else you would want for this. I guess you might want some splash damage, because you have to be really accurate with this for it to work, but like, that seems really good. And it also bounces off walls, like you can see. So that was like around the back. And it even paints. Look at it. It put paint on the wall. It's so good. Okay, that's not the best part of it. But yeah, that thing looks so good. How'd you get in the training room? This is a European account. Hi, Fia. Splatboat. Yeah, this is a European account. I have an NA account that I'll be playing on more later, but is it any different if you get closer to the dummy? No, it'll just do 30 from point blank. Does the Splatana have a melee hitbox with normal attacks? That's a good question. I don't think so, but let me double check. Oh, there it is. Okay. It does. It adds an extra 15 damage. Oh, baby. So it's still a okay, it's a 3-shot if you're at melee range. I don't think that's great. Like, that has to be slower than like every other weapon. Like, oh my god. That's gonna need some buffs. Let's see with the Octobrush. Yeah, that still splats faster. The Splatana, like, it seems like it's designed to get up close, but with this light version of it, you still don't splat faster than whoever else if you get up close. Like, that's as fast as you can get them. Oh my god, is this slower than charger tap shots? Okay, not quite. Is it? It might be slower. I'm just messing it up. So, like... It's literally as slow as charger tap shots if you're getting right up close to someone and using the light attacks. What? Oh. And this isn't even particularly fast. That little dash is actually a liability. Oh, no, I don't know. It's putting you in lethal range, so I guess that's fine. Ugh. Yeah, that weapon's bad. That weapon's really bad right now. Okay. Oh my god. Dash is the main selling point. Yeah, the dash is still way too slow. Like, it'll get you in lethal range a little bit. It's not bad, but... Also, where the hell did anyone get the idea that blaster jump RNG is fixed? Look at this. This is... It's almost an arrow spray in the air. Like, you're still going to misdirect because of this. So those were pretty good. That was pretty good. But that one wasn't. And that one wasn't either. Like, this is still gonna happen to people. That one was off and it did direct. Like, it's not perfect accuracy in the air. I don't know why people keep saying this. Did someone just, like, watch a 10-second clip of someone being like, oh my god, I don't think I'm missing blaster directs? This is as bad as it ever was. I don't get what people were on about there. How'd you get into the training room? This is an EU account. Is tri-stringer good? Yeah, I should go and show that off a little bit. So, first impressions, I don't know why you use this over a charger. Because the paint is terrible. Like, so... That's... Look at how spotty this is in front of you. Like, okay, so maybe that's not the main painting mode. Then why does it exist? It's not like... Like, that's a really, really slow kill time. You might as well just charge. Oh, what? Okay, that like, flew over their heads. That's so weird. Okay. Ugh. That's a really long charge time, too. Just to miss lethal damage if you don't. Yeah, this is, like, really precise. It's shorter range than a charger. It does not paint at all in between you and the target. Like, look at this. This is pitiful. And the charge time's just, like, weirdly long. Like, look at this. How are you supposed to paint through this? Or how are you supposed to swim through this? I guess you do this sort of thing, and this is how you have to move? But even that, like, you have to fire multiple shots. Like, the charger, you fire one shot, and then you've got a line of paint in front of you, and it's ready to go. Oh. Like, let's take the comparison here with the charger for a second. You fire a shot, and you can swim through it. All the way through it. And you know exactly where your shot is landing, and that shot's going to do, like, way more damage, even at full charge, which takes less time than the stringer does. It'll go exactly where you put it, and it'll paint very consistently on its way there. So what is the stringer for? Is the stringer for somebody who just, like, doesn't trust themselves to hit a charger shot and want to at least do some damage? That's the best use case I can think for it. It just does not seem good right now. I don't know if this is supposed to... Like, people are saying, oh, it looks more mobile, like it's going to be able to, like, move around a little bit more. And, like, yeah, it can, like, jump shot and stuff, but it's not doing that much damage while it does, and look how long it has to charge. Like, I feel like a charger could get charge and then do, like, swim kind of stuff with it as it moves, and not have to put up with how long this takes to charge, not have to deal with the inconsistent damage, not have to deal with the fact that it just does not paint for itself. I'm not impressed. I remember seeing this in, like, the first gameplay trailer and being like, wow, this is absolute garbage. And then since then, more footage came out, and I was like, oh, hey, it seems like they fixed this thing. It seems like they made this better. Now it seems like garbage again. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this. Doesn't have a laser? Yeah, I guess there's that. It probably does light up, though. When does Splatfest work in America? 9 a.m. Pacific time, so about an hour and 10 minutes. Show off all the new specials. Sure. So I've showed off Crab Tank already. Bubbler, so Big Bubbler, there's not much to say except that it goes right at your feet, and it very slowly decays over time, but it lasts a pretty long time too, which is kind of neat. We'll show you Reef Slider. Oh, I haven't actually messed with this. I wonder if this is any different. 1, 2, 3. Ah, it looks about the same. Wait, did they? Whoa. That's not as much paint as it used to have, is it? That seems nerfed to me? I'm not sure. Okay, so Reef Slider looks like this. So that's max range, and there's the radius for you. And then you can cancel that to do exactly the same thing a little bit earlier. So it does slide a bit past where you, so you like press ZR here maybe, and then it explodes here. So you do have to like be a little bit preemptive about it, but it's pretty simple. We're gonna get the hang of it really quickly. So ink vac. Here's an interesting thing about ink vac. So ink vac gets charged if you just aim it at an enemy player. So it would seem. So like before I was going over there and using the copy machine and like firing it myself to get it charged. But look what, so if I point it over here, I'm getting nothing, right? The circle's not increasing. But if I point it here, look, the circle's growing. I'm like sucking the soul out of my enemy or something. So what changes here is not the damage number when you get more ink, it's the radius of the explosion. It'll always do 120 on explosion and also 120 on a direct if you aim it through someone. So like on the big targets at one point I hit a 240 because it was like an SPLATOON shot. It got the double hit. It went directly through it and then hit it with the ground explosion. So same kind of thing can happen here. Not that it matters because 120 is lethal. I guess it matters if they have armor. Or like Squid Roll or whatever. Let me get this really quick. Okay. So I'll go and use this guy real quick to charge it up. So see how big that radius is? But it still only does the 120. So you do, if somebody is like in a Squid Roll with effective timing, you will actually need to hit the direct plus the explosion to one-shot that. Which actually seems like it might be a problem, but something that I've realized from playing this multiplayer, because I did do one match to see if I could level up, and then I realized, oh, I've already got all the weapons unlocked, LOL, was that Squid Rolling doesn't work if you can't paint your feet, or if your feet get painted. Like, you just don't have enough time to get enough momentum. Even with sub-strafing, you probably don't have enough room. So if you have, you know, the space and time to set up a Squid Roll to you know, get the sub-strafe and then do that, or to get that sort of thing off, sure, you can do it. But, like, you do need to have enough paint and to have that paint for long enough. And then here's Wave Breaker. It's decent range. It's not tremendously, enormously huge, and you can't throw it very far. This is about the max throw distance. And so the wave goes out to about here. Right about here, yeah. So that's decently disruptive. It's not, like, broken or anything. But, like, I do feel like the Range Blaster is going to love having that because it'll force people to jump. And let's look at Zipcaster. Zipcaster has been buffed since the first gameplay trailer. It definitely lasts a bit longer. Like, I was able to get, like, 4 or 5 casts off before it ran out. Oh, I should do this on the Luna Blaster. Luna Blaster's more fun, because then you get to direct stuff off the wall. So if you pass through someone, you do 6, or no, when you hit someone with it, you do 60, and then if you land on the wall, you do 35. So there's a damage combo here that I missed, where, yeah, there, see that one up there has 95 right now, because I hit through it, and then I did splash damage off the wall. Let's get special again. Almost there. Okay. So it has pretty solid range. Like, thereabouts. Wow, I really missed that. I guess it was a up-close blaster direct, but... yeah. So that gives you an idea. It's like... you use it to assassinate one target. And maybe a second one if you're fast. And then you just go back. Yeah. Oh, Inkjet actually got a slight buff. It has a projectile speed buff. So we'll show that real quick. Where's the tri-slosher? There it is. This is the only weapon we can play that has it right now. And I'm sad. Okay, but you look at the Inkjet projectile. It's a little bit faster than it was. On a scale from Splatoon 2 to Perfect Game, Splatoon 2 is not the bottom of that scale. I like Splatoon 2 a lot. Oh, I think they nerfed tri-slosher hitboxes, though. So that's what the paint looks like. And the range is significantly shorter than, like, a splatter shot. Like, this is already not hitting. I don't know if that's actually a nerf. It does feel like a skinnier hitbox. It feels like they did to this what they did to the vanilla bucket, which is just a little bit skinnier. I don't know if the range is worse, but it's definitely not that great. Yeah. Okay. Is that ink sucking special operating different in the test room because the dummies are objects and not players? I don't see why it would. Like, why would it take ink out of the dummies, right? That would be a weird bug to just include at random. Does Splatfest automatically start? I mean, yeah, you have to pick a team, but... so that's Inkjet. Is Dynamo good? Dynamo... it seems like it's going to have problems in this game. So... first of all, I don't know if this is in Splatoon 2, and I'm curious to check, but, like... look at how far away I am from what I just painted. I have to walk, like, 3 steps forward to get into the paint that I just put down. And even then, it's really inconsistent what kind of paint I'm going to have down there. So that one painted my feet. What? Oh, it's probably because I held down for a second. No, that would have been bigger. It's so random that it just painted my feet. I have not had that happen at all since I've been playing it. So, like, if you're painting for movement, you really want to be using the vertical flick, because that'll actually paint your feet. But the vertical flick is also really slow. That does not feel great. I don't feel like it's like that in Splatoon 2, is it? Vertical flick seems buffed? I don't know. It seems about the same as it was. Unless it's faster. Yeah. I'm not super impressed. Like, in a game where there are more mobility options... I feel like the Dynamo is going to be falling behind a little bit on that one. Let's see what else we got. What else have I not shown yet? It's hard to remember because I definitely, like, went through all of this for myself already. Oh, we haven't shown triple ink strike. We should show that. So for those who were curious about the slosher hitbox, here is what it looks like. It's a little bit skinnier. It's not terrible, but it's nerfed, I would say. Okay. So these act like suction bombs when you throw them. They stick to stuff. So like if I throw them at the underside of this grate, it'll stick there. And then the twister thing that comes down from it, I think only does 120. So again, a squid roll could actually potentially save you from this. Wow, maybe it only does 100. Wow. Okay. So yeah, like, it seems like a lot of these specials' lethal hits are actually squid rollable. Like, with good timing, you could just, like, parry all of this damage. Not all of the damage, obviously. You would still take damage, but... so, it's kind of interesting. It fires off 3 missiles into the air first, and then you put down the markers with the missiles drop down from. Because I activated missiles, and I was like, oh god, something's happening already. But no, it's just the missiles are going into the air. And they're up there somewhere. And you can launch them pretty far. Oh, but you have to launch them pretty fast, too. Here's that copy machine doing the same things I do. You're copying me, meh. Okay. So, there's that. There's that. Yeah, that's like a direct hit, and that's only doing 100. Okay. I did use the bow already, but I can throw it on again really quickly. Bow looks like completely outclassed by Charger. So it takes a really long time to get full charge, otherwise you just get this. Hey, look, that was cute. I think I hit it with... What's 56 divided by 3? No, that doesn't break out easily. Do one of those explosions do 56? That did 84. How much damage does this do? What's 84 minus 56? 56 divided by 2 is 28? Well, why would it do 84? I'm really confused about how that damage works. Maybe it has to do with how much you charge it? Okay, that did 84 and that was full charge. But that did 56 and it wasn't full charge. Okay. Anyway. That's not a lot of damage. You need to hit all 3 shots to get lethal. It's way shorter range than the Charger is. Like, I think this already is not going to hit. Okay, just barely. But yeah, that misses. That only hits with the indirect from here. Whereas, like a Charger, I bet I could back up another couple steps. Yeah, this is just the Splat Charger. This is the shortest range version of this. Okay, it is about Splat Charger range. But here's the other thing about the bow that really... I don't know how this is going to get used. So, like, this is a full charge shot that I'm firing horizontally right now. Hey, this is such a great paint trail. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, man. I'm going to be able to move so easily with this thing. Okay, okay, okay. Vertical. Whee! Hoo-hoo! You have to, like, do multiple vertical shots like this to be able to paint your feet enough to mostly move forward. And even then, you're not going to be able to go as far as, like, a Charger tap shot. Like, boom, I'm out. This weapon is so much faster. Like, people were saying, oh yeah, the bow is going to be more mobile. Absolutely not. The brush, like, or sorry, the bow, it cannot paint for itself. It cannot do what the charger is doing right now. These aren't even full charge shots. A full charge shot does this. That's like a highway at this point, compared to what the bow is giving you. Bunch of gravel roads that you're getting from the bow. It's just really, really not good right now. So, oh, you wanted to see tap shot damage? Oh no, tap shots. Yeah, charger tap shots paint better. Because like even the bow tap shots, they do this. That's still not helpful. I still can't swim cleanly through this, and I've painted this for a while. Like, the tap shots on the bow are actually worse. Why would you use tap shots on the bow? You're doing... Let's see, can you hit all three? Okay, you can hit all three at, like, point-blank range. I think you're still only hitting 2 of them at once. Yeah, like... At this point, you're getting so close, it's like, why are you using the bow? Like, sure, okay, if someone does get, like, right on top of you... If someone's getting this close to you, they're probably a sploosh, and they probably win the DPS war anyway. I don't see a use case. This weapon needs massive buffs in order to be useful, I think. Okay. Booyah Bomb is pretty much unchanged from what I could tell. It just looks a little different, but even the painting pattern looks the same. Oh, Ink Strike. We haven't shown Ink Strike yet. Ink Strike works differently than I thought it would. I thought it would be like each of the 3 projectiles does a certain amount of damage, and if you hit like all 3, then you get a one-shot. But no, it's just a 40 damage indirect and a 220 damage direct. 220 damage is insane for this game where like nothing one-shots through a squid roll. So I feel like this is actually going to be the heavy artillery sort of special. This is the we need kills now button. And it has pretty darn good range too. Like, let me get special charged again. But like, I can hit basically clear across the map with this thing. Not that like that's going to be consistent or anything, but... Okay. I'm pretty sure I can still hit from like here. Okay, not quite. But that's like E-liter range. And it's a massive hitbox too, so that's gonna be better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, squid rolling is a little bit weird. So I didn't realize this when I was just playing around in the tutorial because there were no targets to shoot. But like, when you start shooting, you cut all of your momentum, right? So as soon as you like let go of squid form, that's when you want to have your aim on. It's not like a dualies dodge roll where you need to start like anticipating where the aim is going to be. As soon as this like you start firing, wherever your aim is, that's where you're going to hit. There's no like momentum to deal with once you cancel it. So like, look at how when I start firing, I just stop dead. Just instantly cut all of my aerial momentum. So that's going to be a little bit confusing for people to learn how to shoot out of it first. Because they're going to be feeling like, oh, well, so this is just going to work like dualies. And I'm going to need to, like, lead my shots to where I know I'm going to be at the very end of the roll. No, you just need to, like, aim at them, and then as soon as you pull the trigger, you're going to get there. So, like, one strategy here is, like, you just hold your aim straight forward. And then okay, that was a little bit too close. You just hold your aim straight forward, and then on reaction, like when you're in front of the target, you just start pulling the trigger, and you're just going to hit all of your shots at that point. Except not really, because look at what aim RNG does. So here's my jump aim RNG. Here's the squid roll aim RNG. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same. So you're going to miss a lot of shots if you're just trying to shoot at a squid roll all the time. Because it is just as inaccurate as like jump shotting. Turns a splatter shot into an arrow spray. Okay, new gear abilities. I mean, I guess I can go and mess with intensify action. I don't really know what else there is to try outside of a multiplayer context. Where? There it is. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting about? I think this is all split. There's like this, which is sub-resistance up. That might be important if angle shooter is as good as it might be. Oops. I forgot to check the hats. Hats have... That's opening gambit. It's just a different icon, but same thing. Yeah, it's just intensify action. So let's run 2 mains of that. That does make this a lot easier. Oh my god. Yeah. That's not that easy if you're... And I know it's really hard to show, like, how easy it is. But, like, I can get maybe, like, 8 or 9 in a row when I'm really trying really hard. But then this was just, like, first attempt, very easy. So I feel like it's making this easier to do repeatedly. And then... So here's Squid Surge with intensify action. That doesn't seem that different. Oop. Oh, wait, that charged really quickly. That's what it does. So that's the uncharge, but that's way quicker than it normally is to charge. Here, let me take this off for a sec to show you how fast it charges normally. Like, that's way slower. Is it useful? It depends on how important it is to squid roll repeatedly, I think. There. Like, that was a pretty normal attempt for me. So, yeah. It doesn't seem super important right now, unless, like, we find squid roll being used in some particular way that really benefits. I guess if you really want to squid surge fast, like, it might be useful on, like, Flounder. Because I feel like Flounder is going to be the map where squid surging is really, really important to have. Like, you just have all these big walls that you want to scale as fast as you possibly can, and the squid surge actually becomes a really good way of doing that because it's, like, the fastest way to get up. That's a use case that I can see for it. Affects air RNG? Oh, okay. We can try that. Alright. That's a lot better. Okay, I take it back. This is busted. This is... Let's see what this does for a blaster. Yeah, that's better RNG than a grounded splatter shot. I take it back. This is insane. Blasters, your time has come. You've waited an entire game. No, not an entire game. You waited since the end parries meta for it. Ugh, this is gross. I'm not even used to doing this because, like, it used to be too bad to try and do this. But, yeah, you get the hang of this, and this is going to be nuts. Huge mobility buff for the blaster. So I guess it just depends on whether people being able to squid roll your shots is going to make up for this. Is squid roll affected by weapon weight classes? Let's see. So here's Dynamo. It seems like it only affects the swim speed, but let's see what aero spray or junior works. Yeah, I think it's only gonna affect the here. So this is how far I went from that one, and here's the Dynamo. Yeah, it goes the same distance. So this what it will seem like it's different because when you finish a squid roll, you end at max swim speed and you're just immediately into that. So, since the Dynamo is a slower max swim speed than the Junior will, it might seem like the Squid Roll has an impact on it because you're moving faster after it, but the Squid Roll itself is the same. Fix Blaster Jump RNG without Intensify action? You tell me. Oh wait, that's the... Okay. You tell me. That does not look fixed. That looks highly problematic still. Like, that one was completely sideways. That one was completely sideways. That one was still an indirect. There we go. There was the direct. Blasters are unchanged without Intensify action. Intensify action is going to be, like, the blaster version of MPU. Oh my god. That's so bad. Yeah. Intensify action, if you're not running it on a blaster, you're throwing. Is what it seems like right now. Ink Strike deals 25 by 10 damage? Let me try firing it at a moving target and see if that changes anything. Like, if it changes what hitbox it gets hit by. Because I've only ever managed to make it hit for 100. That did 100. Okay, so it is doing ticks of 25 damage. Interesting. I was only ever able to get to the flat number, but that's probably because the targets that I was aiming it at weren't moving. Let's see if I can get the hang of the delay on this. So it does 25 damage at a time, so it might actually do more damage than we can tell, because the target splats at 100, and so it just stops there. Oh, you know, I should throw it at the big targets, the indestructible ones. That would be smart. Alright. Okay. Yeah. That's what's happening. So it does actually do lethal damage, even through Squid Roll. Thank you for pointing that out. That was something that I would have missed. So let me... I think it's still the same deal with ink vac. But let's... Oh man, this is gonna be tough. I can't reach it all the way over there. Yeah, it still does 120. So the ink vac is still going to work the same way. It does 120 on a direct and then 120 on the landing with the explosion. So, not on landing, when it explodes. The tutorial did mention squid rolling. I remember it at the bottom right. How much do the big targets go up from? Oh, they'll go to $9.99 here. Thought damage capped at 80 no matter how strong it is for squid roll armor. Yes, so it does work like armor so that something can't one-shot. Thing is, with multi-hit moves, the next hit of damage will do it. So, like, the way it would kind of work with the squid roll for the ink strike, for example, the triple ink strike, is that the first hit would be tanked by the roll, the second hit would break the armor, and then it would splat you in, like, 4 hits after that. Because it does, like, that, like, kind of thing is doing 10 hits of 25 damage each. Then an Inkzuka would do 220 flat, and so that would be tanked by a squid roll, and you'd need a second, at least indirect hit of it for that to work. But you do have 3 shots, so if you get both of them on target, they're still going to go down. And it's a massive hitbox, so Doesn't take too much aim to get that to happen. We do know that Squid Roll works. The only thing that could be different between how Squid Roll works and how armor works is damage number, and we do know that there isn't like a knockback effect if you hit someone with what would be lethal damage. So in the treehouse, we saw a bomb get thrown on the ground, and the player Squid Rolled it, and they took significant damage, as you could see on screen, but they did not get splatted. That's a thing that should one-shot every time, and so clearly it did the same thing that armor does, where it caps you at not dying to it, but it being one-shot when you do. They changed anything with Booyah Bomb? It looks a little different. It's like harder to see through. That's about it. Even the painting pattern looks exactly the same. I can go and show that while I'm waiting, I guess. Is roll gonna make Charger impossible to play? See, here's the thing. I think Charger is actually going to be a great answer to a lot of the specials in the game. Like, that's something that FLC is pointing out. Crab Tank, you can headshot someone with a sniper. Zipcaster is Charger food. You're putting a target out on the wall and saying, Charger, shoot here. Reef Slider, if someone's going to be hitting them on, like, the opening frames of it, it's going to be a Charger. If Tacticooler is destructible, and I haven't gotten into multiplayer to determine that yet, then a Charger is going to be the best option for destroying it. Big Bubbler, you just hit the weak point with the Charger from far away before anyone can do anything about it. Like, Inkjet, you shoot it out of the sky. Nothing about Killer Whale is going to make you less vulnerable to Chargers. There's no Ray, there's no armor. So Squid Roll is another option to answer it, but I still feel like Chargers are going to be viable. And they're definitely a lot more viable than this thing. This is not in a good place right now. Okay, what was I looking for? I was looking for Booyah Bomb, that's right. So, I think it's just Hydra and 52, right? Where's the 52? Oh no, it's not the 52. What am I thinking? There is something else that has Booyah, I thought. What? I'm just... Oh, whoops. I was even there. Here we go. Oh, yeah, no, Hydra's the only one we have. So it must have just been one of the other kits. Alright, well, let's get special on this thing. Wow, wait. This thing just got special off of a single full charge. Is that normal? That seems insane. Wow, okay, anyway. Throw that in the middle there. There it is. Same kind of painting pattern that you've come to expect with it. Does about the same thing. Oh, did I have half charge before? Okay, hold on. That's pretty good, but I mean, it takes a while to be able to get that much charge, so I think that's fair. But yeah, Devi's gonna be happy. Devi got the Booyah Bomb that she wanted from the Heavy, combined with the Auto Bomb that she likes on the V-Hydra. So, Devi's doing just fine. For those who didn't see, because I showed this off really early, Angle Shooter actually nuts. Okay, so... It does 30 damage, it marks, it bounces off walls. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's all well and good. But here's the thing. Perfect accuracy, and check this out. That hits. How far away can I get? That hits. Okay, right about here. This sub-weapon hits further than a scoped E-leader. It is longer than the longest ranged main weapon in the game. So, you can just, like, as anyone who has that weapon can just do, like, a quick 60. Because you can always throw 2 of these things from literal E-leader range. There are going to be weapons that don't use their main weapon and just do this. So, yeah, this like turns your weapon into like a crappy charger with just the sub. So imagine like you hit like 2 shots on someone and then they're getting away. You just tag them with this. Boom. It's like a longer ranged burst bomb, I guess, without the AoE. Which I think is a pretty good trade-off. And less damage, but it marks. Like this is the most positive that I've been about the angle shooter so far. I think this thing might actually do something. I think this might not be a sub that you hate to have. Man, my aim is not on right now. And here's Crab Tank. So you can roll, and this does 40. You can get into rapid fire mode that starts to do more and more DPS over time. And then the like Explo shot does 90. I think I've shown that. What region? So this account is on EU. When I get going on like my main account and stuff, I'm gonna be playing on NA. NA opens up in 35 minutes. But yeah, like that's a lot of damage that eventually ends up doing. You just have to be firing for a long time. So, I'm more optimistic about angle shooter than I was. Is there anything else I haven't shown yet? I feel like I've even gone through all of the main weapons at this point. Tri-slosher, Tetras are pretty much unchanged. They look exactly the same. Tent looks pretty much unchanged. I don't know if they messed with the damage or anything, but I wouldn't know how to know that, so I didn't play it myself. Dualies look unchanged. Yeah, I think all the main weapons they're returning, except for the Splat Roller, are pretty darn similar. Yeah. Sub power up on the angle shooter? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know what that does. Let's see. Okay. So it's not damage. I don't think it's duration. Oh, please tell me it's not range. Let's just back up till we're not going to hit anymore. So here's max range. Now let's take this off and see if it affected the range. Okay. How close do I have to get? To get this close. That's not that different. Like, this is 2 mains. For 2 mains, that's not a huge buff. It's like the difference between standing here and standing here. That seems really undertuned. Yeah, maybe it's duration. Here, let's try and like count this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 seconds. Let's see about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, it's duration. Duration is really the big deal that you get with it. Damage up. As long as they didn't make it like, I don't know, wait, damage up could get it to 3-shot. Yeah, that might be a problem. Stringer explosions limit a small area for a pretty long time. After taking damage, go through it. Okay, but they take forever to charge up. So you'll launch one, and you'll make yourself wait for longer than you'll make them wait. Angle shooter is 30 HP, which isn't as useless as point sensor is. Yes. Oh yeah, angle shooter is like leagues better than point sensor. I would take this any day. Being able to hit someone with damage from that range, I don't think you can even throw a point sensor that far. I don't think there's any way you throw a point sensor this far. Yeah, this is way better. Special power up on Bubbler makes it stronger and last longer. Bubbler also has beacon inside it. Yeah. So I did play one match with Big Bubbler. It definitely seems nice. I haven't been able to like lab it with someone, so there's like a lot of specific information we haven't determined yet. Like, I don't know if it's destructible from the inside. I don't know if you can like attack the generator and get rid of it that way. So that's something I haven't been able to test because you can't play private battles. I was going to like have a stream. This stream was going to be me and ProChara just labbing things out together, like us getting into a private battle and seeing what the mechanics were when you had to like interact with an opponent. But we're not able to do that at all, so we just decided to stream separately instead. Which is better in your opinion, Tri-Strike or Booyah Bomb? That is an interesting question. And it will really depend on a lot of factors. Tri-Strike lets you target certain areas better, but it's a much smaller area of effect. Like, you're barely going to disrupt someone who sees that coming. Like, it's going to be like shooting missiles at them instead of throwing a Booyah Bomb at them. It's kind of the difference there. Like, missiles, yeah, you have to move, or else you are going to die. But you don't have to move that far. You'll still be able to, like, fire a charger shot and then get going. With Booyah Bomb, no, you just gotta move now, as soon as you see that thing coming for you. So I don't know. I think both of them are going to be pretty impactful. Have any clear meta right now? I mean, meta is not going to be clear until top players are able to play with this for a few weeks. I mean, I can tell you some rough ideas. Like, I think the new weapons are incredibly underpowered. They're going to need massive buffs for Tri-Stringer and Splatana. At least the Splatana Wiper. We don't know about the Chainsaw yet, but I think both of those weapons are really, really undertuned right now. Neither of them are doing anything special that you don't get better from another weapon. And they've pretty low DPS, pretty lackluster paint outputs. It seems like they kind of went overboard with making sure that they weren't broken to start the game off. What did they do to missiles? Nothing. Missiles are pretty much the same. What has missiles? Is there anything that has missiles in this? I don't think there's anything that has missiles. What? Yeah. Nothing has missiles. Nothing has Inkstorm. Any other specials we don't have? That's it. Is Tricolor Turf just super snowball? What? Oh, I see. Yeah, it should snowball the winning team, in theory. How do you get into the training room? By having a European account. Yeah, no burst bombs either is interesting. But my guess is that that means that they're completely unchanged. And so there's not as much to see. Yeah, or you could just wait another 27 minutes. But I think someone said missiles track worse. It would take someone who's modded the game to know that whether that's the case. I don't think that's a huge deal for missiles, because, like, you're generally just, like, throwing them at the backliner or something, or at, like, somebody else to make them move. So unless they track so badly that you just don't have to move, which is insane. Why would they do that to the special? Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for the follow, comment. Is there anything else that I haven't looked at? We could get an auto bomb out here. Look at that little guy. Look at him. He's doing his best. Everybody loves our chickens. Missiles only. Didn't notice any difference when using 1 or 2 mains of intensify action. Well, let's take a look at how that. It's definitely going to impact Squid Surge in a huge way. Oop. It's time for me to feed my cat. Oops. Okay, so here's 1 main, and then I will feed cat. So that's how fast it charges with 1 main. And then here's how fast it charges with 2 mains. So definitely a lot faster with 2 mains. Okay, feeding the cat. Be right back. Okay, cat is fed. How's having an EU account makes the... It's not a universal time. The different regions get access to the Splatfest at different times. Just like how we had access to the demo at different times. Although it's weird, Australia and Japan had access to the demo earlier, but then the Splatfest later. So that was a little odd. But yeah, EU is already past the halfway point of their Splatfest. Does color lock work in Splatfest? Yeah, color lock option is on. Like it's available. It's not on for me right now, but it's there. I imagine it would work in Splatfest. Like, more important to be able to see the game than to have it be on theme. How did you get the training room? I'm playing on an EU account. Opinions on Aerospray kit. Held back by main weapon? Reef Slider's weird, because that's an aggressive special. Like, I actually didn't notice the damage when it goes through someone. I needed to see what that damage actually is. But like Fizzy Bomb, the reason you use Fizzy Bomb is to spam paint, I guess. It doesn't look like it paints as much as it used to. Like, Fizzy Bomb users, is this paint what you would expect from it? Is that normal? I don't know, maybe that's normal. But it's like, normally with like an Aerospray, you're praying for a special that is useful to the team. Because, like, putting yourself I guess it'll enable aggro spray play style in that you'll be able to use this to engage. Okay, so that did 180 through this player too. So you'll be able to like engage with this, and then you're in the middle of everyone, where your weapon actually does any damage. Sometimes. That's insane. Anyway, I don't know. I think this weapon's biggest problem is just its main weapon. It's just gonna get outranged by everything. It can now be rat arrow spray. Yeah, this is probably the rat arrow spray build. Like, you use fizzies if you can't paint safely. You use your main weapon if you can paint safely. And then as soon as you have special and we're ready to go in, you reef slider your way in. Yeah, that did 360 to this one. So I hit it for 180 and then exploded for another 180. $50's not bad, actually. It's a little bit slow on the explosion time, I guess. What does the gumball machine do? Nothing. It is just sitting there as decor. You've also got a nice little coffee shop up here. Hey, look at that. I wish I could order something. Let me in. Let me in. And you can stand on a chair or on a table, and you can check out the DJs. And oh, apparently you can jump off the balcony. I didn't know that. And that's all there is up there. Junior have its ink efficiency from 2. So this is what this tank looks like. Tanks look a lot different. Let's see, is sub power up an ability we have? Or sub saver rather? I can only do 2 mains. That's not enough for double bomb, is it? In Splatoon 2? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be able to double bomb the same way. It looks like it might have the same ink efficiency. Because you needed 2.1 in Splatoon 2 to get this. So, yeah, we're pretty close there. How do you get access to the training room? I'm playing on a European account right now. So this is a sneak peek. Europe is actually already past the halfway point. Like, I got the halftime thing while I was booting up. So right now in Europe, it's 34% scissors, 33% rock, 32% paper. That's the breakdown. So Team Scissors is looking to be the one that is the single team, the 4-player team in the Tricolor Splatfest. The Splatfest is not open for NA, NGX. This is a European account. So this is a sneak peek for NA players so that they can get an idea of what's going on before they hop in themselves. Never seen a video game manageable event like this before. Yeah, it is a little weird. 20 more minutes, yep. And if Reef Slider goes through Big Bubbler, or does it full stop? That is a good question. I have not been able to test. Char and I agreed to come on early and test that sort of stuff, but problem is private battles are unavailable. So there was actually no way for us to get in the same game together, and we were just kind of stuck at that point. I've played one match, and we won. Nobody tried to Reef Slider through my Big Bubbler, though, even though 3 of them had Reef Sliders. So, big sad. What does it mean when you have a banner above your name? Which one's top 500 players get? I have to put my name in my matches. I've seen others with it. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Wait. If I pop a special, it doesn't imitate it, right? Yeah, no, it doesn't. But you can hear there's an audio cue for when it's, like, winding down. And it's also shrinking in size. It will just shrink in size as time goes on as well. How do you squid roll? So squid rolling, I have a video about this on TikTok, but you have to be at a full speed swim, and then you can only squid roll backwards or sideways. You cannot squid roll straight ahead, you just jump. So if you want to squid roll straight ahead, you have 2 options. You can either curve your trajectory while you're swimming, so like I'm turning left and then squid rolling, so that's one option. Or you can substrafe and then do it. And both of them seem... Oops, I'm screwing this up. Both of them seem about the same speed to me. So there's that. It's funny, every time I'm substrafing, it's throwing a bomb out there. Ugh, I'm messing up my tech. So that's kind of how you do that. Substrafing. Substrafing is a technique from Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. What you're doing, so normally when you swim back and forth, you've got this really slow turnaround animation, right? And people don't like that because people don't like to go slow. So what you can do to completely stop all of your momentum and make it so that you can just swim full speed in the other direction is use the sub-weapon aiming animation. So I'm holding the R button right now, and then I just press ZL and go back into the ink, and I swim again. And so you're doing this to cancel your momentum. I'm making a bomb rush happen over there. That's actually hilarious. And you can just turn around really, really fast, as long as you don't accidentally throw the sub-weapon. I'm actually going faster than it can throw spot bombs. That looks useful. Oh, absolutely. It's been useful, even since before squid rolling was a thing. But now the extra tech that it gives you for squid rolling is that it lets you change directions fast so that you can, you know, take advantage of that to be able to squid roll in a direction you want to go. You can just do that by turning as well, like this. And that's pretty much the same speed. But if you want to, like, go backwards then forward, that's an option. But squid rolling is substrafing is also really good for, like, taking corners. So, like, if you were to try and swim around this... Oop. If you were to try and swim around this, you'd have to go like this normally, which is really, like, kind of awkward if you're trying to take these corners tight. But with substrafing, it's a lot less awkward. You can take the corners on a dime. So, yeah, substrafing is very worth learning. More so in this game than I think in any previous game, but it was even worthwhile for other games. Starts and ends earlier. Yeah. the European Splatfest is already more than halfway over. But in NA, it starts in 12 minutes. Can you explain substrafing again? Okay, so to substrafe, what you're doing is you're stopping the momentum that you get from swimming. Because, like, normally, look at how slow I am turning around here. But if I substrafe, I'm immediately swimming full speed in the opposite direction. And it just takes this little blip while I'm aiming a sub-weapon. And that's because if you're swimming and then you start aiming a sub-weapon, you stop dead. You stop immediately. And so we're taking advantage of that fact to then just start swimming in the opposite direction. The main thing that people do wrong with substrafing is they end up accidentally throwing the sub-weapon. And when that's happening, that's because you're releasing the R button before you press ZL again. You have to go R, ZL, and then let go of R. R, ZL, let go of R. R, ZL, let go of R. And then you just do this. And you can go whatever direction you want, and you're immediately swimming full speed. So since you're immediately swimming full speed, you can use that to then squid roll, because you need to be swimming full speed to be able to squid roll. So, like, for example, if you need to be going from, like, a standstill to squid rolling, it's going to be faster to substrafe in actually, not really. You're swimming full speed from there pretty much right away. So yeah, substrafing is an alternative way of getting the squid roll out. It's not like... It's about as fast as just swimming straight forward and then going sideways. But it is an option, and it's useful to think about that option. Because one thing you can't do with just the turn sideways method is, like, dodge backward and then squid roll forward. So with this method, you can, like, go backwards if you want to. Like, maybe dodge away from something and then squid roll back forward again. And that's not something that's really possible if you're trying to, like, do this method. You have to, like... Yeah. Because you don't have enough momentum built up. You have to go like this, and then this, and then that. And it's a lot slower that way. So if that is an option you want, then substrafing is the only way to get that. Otherwise, they're mostly interchangeable. Can't you stall infinitely when respawning? I don't think so. I think it shoots you after a set amount of time. What's your opinion on stringers? Awful. No reason to choose... Whoa. That's so cool. It's just this, like, incredibly perfect circle. Because it's just been throwing bombs the whole time. Just gonna mash. Oh, because it's throwing them in the same spot, but then the ink splatter will slowly fill this circle up randomly. Oh, that's insane. Anyway, so Tri-Stringer is looking really, really weak compared to the Charger. So here's the biggest issue for me. This thing does not paint for itself at all. Like, this is what it looks like when I'm firing a bunch of rapid-fire shots. I still don't have a very clean path forward. And, like, okay, so let's try vertical shots. I need 2 of them to reliably paint a path forward. Let's take a full charge shot. This is just not an acceptable amount of paint in front of you for a full charge shot. Let's try a vertical full charge shot. It's still crap. It doesn't paint well for itself at all. You have to do, like, 2 of these shots? I think the fastest way to paint a good line for yourself is, like, 2 short-range vertical shots. You do 2 of these, and then you can paint through them. And then you can swim through them. but that's just really, really bad. And it takes a really long time to get to full charge damage. Like, that's a lot slower than a charger is. That's full charge right there. And that did 160 instead of 70. And now look at how much paint I have in front of me with a full charge shot. That's a highway. I can swim on that for days. This is a tap shot. This is the weakest shot I have, and I still have this whole thing forward. Like, the charger is just so much more mobile a weapon than the tri-stringer, and it has more range, and it has much more consistent damage. I don't see a reason ever to use a tri-stringer over a charge shot. Over a splatter shot. Splatter, oh my god. Over a splat charger. Horizontal tap shots are good at painting? I disagree. Let's look at this versus this. That's maybe a little bit more paint, but it's much less useful paint. I would much rather have this because I can swim through this. Like, okay, let's compare the time it takes to charge special. Get wrecked, copy machine. Okay. Ugh, that was kind of messy. But, okay, so that gives us charge. Interesting, I can't change my equipment until the special's done. Okay, now let's look at this. I feel like I'm getting it faster on the charger still. And maybe they have different points for special. I didn't check, but... And, like, I can paint much more smoothly with that painting mode because it's in a straight vertical line. So I can just make these really clean rectangles out of it. I don't think it's better in, like, any way. I'm sucking out their souls. But yeah, I think Stringer and Splatana are both trash. Since I haven't talked about why the Splatana is trash in a second, let me talk about that real quick. So first of all, same problem, doesn't really paint a lot. It has the painting range of like a splatter shot. That's about it. This is just way too slow a fire rate to be a 4-shot weapon. Like, for comparison, I give you the end zap. That is a 4-shot weapon, and it's still, like, the NZAP fights fine, but it's still not a premier, like, duelist. So in comparison, that's a really, really weak kill time. Okay, so we've got this fire mode. It's got still a really slow kill time. If you hold toward it, it does a little dash that makes it hit even slower. And look at how close you have to be to get one shot. I don't think this is one-shot range. Yeah, this is still 60 damage. I need to get even closer to actually get the 120. You need to literally hit them with the Splatana to get 120. If you don't hit them with the weapon itself, with the physical part of it, there. That's how close you have to get. So, the one thing that might save this weapon, at least on this kit, is the following combo. You can get a rolled torpedo into this ranged shot. And that seems okay. As long as you can get it. But that's a lot of ink. And you'd probably just rather have a blaster at that point. How long range is this? How far away does this hit? Okay, that's pretty decent range. That's longer than a normal blaster. I'd still rather have a ranged blaster. But, yeah, so it's like, you've got some chip damage combos, but it doesn't paint a lot. Its special is exactly the same problem. It's too short range. Oh, I missed the yeet. One sec. Like, because, like, when I was seeing this in trailers and stuff, I was like, wait, this looks really good, because this looks like it has, like, CDS range. It absolutely does not have CDS range. I don't know if it changed or I was just blind. That does 220. That's not bad. But yeah, like, so if you're up close, it does 15 extra plus the 30 that the projectile does. So at 3 shots at melee range. But this is awful. Like, bear in mind, these are about as slow as charger tap shots. Like, that's just as fast. Like, that's starting to become my, like, metric for, like, whether a weapon is trash. If it's splats slower than charger tap shots, just pick a charger and have some range with it at least. So, can you show throwing the special? Shoot, which special are we talking about? Oh, it's time, everybody. I'm getting on my NA account. Good close range weapon. Yeah, there's no reason to pick that over a brush, I don't think. Slightly longer range for, like, minimal chip damage. What? Excuse me? That's not correct. I did reopen it, though. It's 11:01 now. Announcement will pop up? Okay. Well, we'll get there soon. But, for now, here's the drip. This might be the weapon that I start with. Because Trizuka is definitely a really aggro special, so it's sort of similar to the T-Tech. Tetras are looking pretty good. Like, I won't hit on those. And, like, I will definitely play tri-slosher for the inkjet. But I think for now, the weapon for me in this Splatfest is probably this splatter shot right here. Alright. Well. I'm gonna go take a quick bio break while... I hope every team loses, LOL. Oh my god. Also, I don't think I ever actually went and changed my... Oh yeah, you can't change your tag until it all starts. So everyone's just player right now. Like, player is your default nickname, but then when you go into the training room, you have a machine where you're able to change it. So my other account was EU Gem, but right now I'm just player, I think. There we go. And we only have one emote. But we can see the emote on all of the different weapons, I guess. We've been able to see that, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. Yeah, I need to go and use the restroom and grab some food, but I will be back soon. We're in. Man. Man, you guys are getting in sooner than me. Well, I'll check in a sec. I'm making a tweet really quick about my first impressions. Went out for lunch with my parents yesterday, and so now I've got some tasty meatloaf from the restaurant. Warmed that up for just the right amount, too. Nice. It's got some very Thanksgiving dinner kind of vibes. All right, here we go. Team paper, baby. There's a deep cut right there. on the big boat. Or maybe it's just big man, I don't know. Flying around. I don't know where they're going. Oh, there's Fry. I think they all come together at one point. But that's so hype that they just, like, fly around. Nom nom nom. Man, I'm really hungry. I ate breakfast too. I guess it's just that I got up earlier. So I'm getting hungry sooner. Squid rolls slow down the more you use them, like Smash Ultimate Dodging. I don't think they slow down that much, but it's hard to chain them together. Like, you can't just, like, Squid roll back and forth super easily. And it gets easier to do that with Intensify action. Hey, what's up, Cascor? Awesome. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I say as I'm delaying so that I can eat food. Deteriorate. Yeah, they might give you less invulnerability. I haven't really tried to look into it, because that doesn't seem especially... That doesn't seem like something you're going to do very often. Like, why would you come up to someone and just Squid roll back and forth without firing any shots or anything? I don't really see any utility behind that. Lose speed? Okay. It doesn't seem super noticeable. Favorite Squid channel recently? Oh, thank you, Sparkly David. Appreciate you. I'm sure I'm being very entertaining right now as I just eat food and, like, stare at the steps. First Splatoon experience, hopefully they enjoy it. Yeah, I hope so. And I've got a brownie. This is a really good brownie. Whoops. One sort of annoying thing now is that you can't just use the X menu to jump straight into a match. You have to actually physically walk over. Let me in! Let me in! Alright, let's get it going. Man, that was good meatloaf. Battle time. Okay, so this is a brand new map for me. Left-hand side has this. Okay, so this is a backliner's position. Who popped the hammer? Was it you? No, it wasn't you. You're just jump shotting with a 52 gal. It's the only reason that we even traded there. They should have had me. And then you press ZR to do the jump. And it looks like you have, like, drop roller or something on landing. I need to test that next time I respawn. That is actually a really good charger position, because it is hard to peek around this. I say as I do that successfully, but... I like that Trizuka has such a short time before, like, you have to fire all of your shots. It's nice that that's the case, because you don't get to just, like, hold it and shark for a while. You have to, like, pop it and then take your shots. I think that's going to make it a lot less annoying to fight against. And I can just super jump straight from here. That's in fact. Charge went down. I don't like fighting there. The middle of this map is confusing. Like, it's such a big looking map, and then you get to mid and you're like, this is it? This is all the space I have to work with? Whoa. Oh, okay, I can go over here. That's nice. Get baited. Okay, nice. Teammate helped me out and got 2. Get him. little bit too long walking and shooting there, but I think we've got this game. Okay, I like this victory music a lot. Alright, so now it shows you how to change your tag, which you do at the lobby terminal here. And make sure that it's appropriate, and there you go. Alrighty. Let's see what else. It'd be good to see if someone can break my tacticooler. Like, I want to go and, like, use this in the middle of the enemy base and see if, like, people are able to shoot at it. I mean, much less distracting than in Splatoon 2? You just said two opposite things and I'm confused. Hobu Gobu. So I actually got in pretty deep there. Is this mincemeat metalworks? Yeah. Is that climbable? That's climbable. That's neat. I like that. It's a lot more like there are narrow corridors here. Plays a little bit more like a cover shooter this way. Let me paint this snake. Maybe that does have slightly more combat range than the NZAP does. I feel like I should be able to just shred those. Being on grates is an even bigger disadvantage in this game because not only do you not have access to your swimming movement options, you also just don't have access to... You also don't have access to squid rolling. See if we can't bring this back. Be a little bit careful. Okay, with the hammer. With that. Nope, not gonna happen. Alrighty. That's probably game. There really are kind of like multiple theaters here, like multiple battles going on at once. The maps are like larger and wider than they were in Splatoon 2. It's like way more possible to fully separate from your teammates, I think. What else we got here? Let's try messing with this. Oh, I have to crochet. Oh, that lobbies me up with the other players. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of playing with a Luna Blaster Splatana team here. Have you tried Drop Roller? No, I don't think so. Interesting. Yeah, you do get a little dash as soon as you land from that. I don't know where that'll ever be useful, but... Man, I just tagged that guy from all the way over there. It's insane. It's like almost instant projectile travel time too. That's something that I'm noticing now. Yo, wait, I bet I could... Okay, it's not going to be the easiest thing. I'm really curious to try and, like, shoot that down. I wonder... Can I, like, hop on this and then get up? No, I can't. That was a thing that you could do with ballers in Splatoon 2. Get him, Logan. Nice. Now I'm eating veggie straws. Lots of ways out of spawn. Do lots of different places. Ooh, and this is paintable. There's gonna be a lot to learn about these new maps. I can't actually hit over this ledge. That is a big weakness of the angle shooter. Unlike bombs, you can't, like, hit it up over stuff. Yeah, so I can get hurt. Oh, that was a nice shot. The invincibility that they get out of spawn definitely came into play a couple of times there. That is definitely something that matters. It's not that tank is destructible, I don't think. I think it's that you, as the player, can be hit if you're not inside the tank's armor. #1 crab tank user was probably only the only person playing crab tank. That's the angle shooter. It is a straight line, perfect accuracy projectile with more than scoped E-liter range that does 30 damage on hit and marks anyone who walks through the trail behind it. I could see it being useful for some purposes. Where's my other intensify action? I know I have one. There it is. So let's test the blaster out, because jump shots are much more accurate now. I want to see what I can do with that. Oh, it ended early? Special hardened, fully deplete? Maybe it has to do with how often you're firing? I'll have to test that at some point here. What's up, Simba? Glad you were able to catch it. I am live on Twitch. Do Twitch and YouTube streams at the same time. Try dodging sideways more, or jumping sideways more. I never actually played Splatoon 1, so I don't know, like, that kind of blaster tech. Oh, that's an interesting little thing. Found that one before. Darn. Nice. Well handled, well handled. Oh, I almost had a bubbler ready to go. That would have actually helped there. Oh, okay. That's not a great. That's last. I'm confused about where I was jumping into. I don't like how the map is, like, segmented in the middle. I'd rather it just be open there. Maybe it'll just take some getting used to. Because it just feels like it's two really narrow maps stuck together that don't interact with each other that much. Oh, hi. I am out of ink. Phenomenal. Right? Squid Surge judges? Apparently not. I'm curious whether you can Squid Surge up that high, because there's like an unpaintable block above the part where I'm trying to Squid Surge. I also don't know if Squid Surge actually works if the wall isn't fully painted. I haven't tested that out. Let's check that out in the lobby real quick. Popular target. Just means I got splatted a lot, right? So let's say I only have the bottom of this painted. What does a Squid Surge do? Okay, so it's from the highest point that's painted. So you can still go up pretty high, but like a half charge. Oh, well, I've got intensify action on. A half charge will not get me all the way there. Okay. Oh, that's so sick, though. Wait, I need to be doing this. Look at this. This is stupid. Oh my god. That's what I should have been doing to that guy. Alright. Try this again. Yeah, you knew I was live on Twitch because you saw me live on YouTube. I always do both. Oh, this is a 10x. Alright. Admittedly, Blaster's probably not first choice for Turf War. Doesn't paint very much. Oh. I tried to squid roll to the right there and messed up the input. So I lost some time and just got directed in the face. I do really like this kit for the blaster. Like, Big Bubbler is great for a weapon that you want, where you want to force someone to get into your range. Teammate got one. Oh. You've chosen a bad weapon, I'm sorry. Yeah, getting one pick. I'm gonna need to change my habits up a little bit. Because, like, in Splatoon 2, the maps are small enough that getting one pick means that you and your team can generally move forward. But, like, you can't always move forward when you're completely separated from your teammates on these maps. Woo! That was a good game. This blaster is a lot of fun. I feel like this could definitely see some amount of use. We'll have to see if the meta, you know, develops to the point where people are able to consistently squid roll through their shots. Because consistent squid rolling doesn't necessarily seem like the easiest thing to do here. But that was a good game. And we got a 10x win. Yeah. Festival shells. Okay. Nice, 10 and 4. I'm gonna stick on this blaster for a minute. This has been fun. Are these a bigger target? They might be. It might be easier to hit than the other targets. Got a DC in my lobby. Apparently the game just ends the match and calls it a draw? That's bizarre. What? Is the Splatana bad? Yes, it is really, really weak right now. It's gonna need major buffs. Its swing speed is too slow for its damage, and it doesn't really paint that much. Its range is way less than it looked like it was gonna have. It really doesn't have anything going for it, but other weapons don't do better. Oh, hey, I think I've played with Zubzwang before. Remember them being on Tetris? That's a crap tank. Yeah. Oh, can we break this? Ah, I didn't get to see in time. Okay, this song is a bop. Wait, pop it. Oh my god. Okay, so you need to be grounded to use the big bubbler, is the thing we just learned. Got him. Yeah, see, you got to hit over the top of it. But it is definitely doable, especially with a blaster. I like this weapon. I could definitely see myself using this. Oh. The extra mobility from the squid roll helps it a lot. The aim RNG reduction helps it a lot. Blasters might be back, who knows? I don't think I can shoot that. I think that might be invincible, the Tacticooler. I hate that I can't just like test it in a PB, and that this is the way I have to find out. Yeah, I'm out of space at that point. Got to, let's go. Yeah, the stringer is also looking like it's dog water. Knockback would, like, push them away from lethal range. I'm not sure you would want that. All right. Oh, that would be cool. The blaster dualies. Squid for Mark 1. Always booyah back. Yeah, they were not even going after me. Darn, I missed. That was a pretty clear shot, too. Oh, someone's got a beacon. I probably should have just kept running away. I figured they would chase me and, like, if I Squid rolled back, they would overshoot. But no, they just kind of stayed there. I think the blaster's place is actually probably sharking underneath these rates. Just punishing anyone for going on top of them. Nope. But yeah, the low ground seems like a good spot for me here. Yeah, that's the big bubbler definitely isn't a panic button. It's something that I need to like. I need to like dodge into a corner or something, keep myself safe while I'm activating it. Oh, they're in the bubbler. No, I was like, why is this not directing? That was a perfect shot. I need to keep a closer eye out for those, I guess. I think we still win. Are you kidding me? Oh, close one. No, they didn't remove sub-strafing. People have been showing it off even from the tutorial earlier. What time is the latest Splatfest? I think it's Australia and Japan's. Europe is already halfway done. More than halfway done. It's been halfway done for like an hour. Alright. I really like this blaster, but I want to try some other stuff too. Let's see what I can make out of this. Okay. Unfortunate that the one in the middle caught on to what I was up to. That was a good shark otherwise. Oh. Normally. It's disorienting having the two different options for jumping where like I press different buttons and I'm looking at a different screen to see where I'm going with it. Oh. I guess I'll take a trade in that situation. Swole sea creature. That's wonderful. I don't want to jump to that. It's too close to the enemy lines. Oh, okay, so you can't get in from that side. It's just a really awkward ramp that you have to work with. Oh, so that's why the zip caster has to drop back, because that's normally an area I can't access. So if they were to let you just stay there, you'd be able to get into places that you're not supposed to be. That makes sense. Alright, that's two. That's a good fight. And they should be able to get the jump. They did. Oh, I wish I could see this wave breaker in action here. Oh, let's go. That was a double? I like that you can get in from the left side. It's not just a dead end. It's really hard to anticipate like what your teammates are going to actually cover, like what they're going to protect you from, because of just how much separation there is from them on the map. That was really good. We got one. That's game. That's so game. You're supposed to be attaching to the walls you zipcast to? Yes. Bounce off the walls? That I don't know. Maybe the jump button? I can go and test that out real quick. 5 hours of Aussie Splatfest, yeah. So the Australian one is the last one that'll finish. So after the NA one is done, I mean, you could probably just, if you have extra accounts you can use. Okay, yeah, it's the B button. Like that. Let me see if there's an option to just release. Thank you, Mr. Movie. I appreciate you. So, is there a way to drop? Okay, you can press ZR, and that'll cause you to drop. So as soon as you fire your weapon, you release from the wall. I'm also going to check to see if pressing ZL, going squid form, will take you off the wall. It says midday, but New Zealand midday is also 10 a.m. Oh. Oh. Yeah, okay, squid form will also take you off the wall. So you either fire your weapon, or you go squid form if you want to drop off the wall, and you press B if you want to, like, jump off the wall. Thanks for having me check that. That was good to know. Alright, let's try something else. That was fun, and I could definitely see myself playing that weapon. Let's try... What else was feeling good? I mean... Sheesh. I definitely want to try these two. Let's get these ones first. Infinite dodge rolls. What's the interaction for this? Okay. This is silly. Zip casually landing just under a ledge and jumping above it to avoid invulnerability. That might be an idea. That would be insane on a blaster if it had it. Well, actually, Luna's got it, but I don't know if Luna has the range to take advantage of that all the way. Someone fell off. Someone falls off there, like, every time. Nope. Okay, it blocks shots. So Tacticooler is actually a piece of cover. You could actually use that in a panic situation. Unfortunately, you do still have to hit your shots with this weapon. Kinda lame if you ask me. Once you have control of this platform right here, that's really dangerous for the enemy team. Unfortunately, my entire team is dead. I should be able to get this, especially since they just dropped off. Oh my god. Aim was not there. That doesn't really do me any good there. That's a really smart flank that I'm glad I spotted out. I love having these, like, walls that you can paint up on 3 different sides. I think that's really cool map design. Something that you saw in, like, Hammerhead Bridge from Splatoon 1. I don't know if we won that. It didn't seem like we did. Check Dynamo's ink consumption. Switch between ink brush and Dynamo when worried about Dynamo swings. Dynamo does not seem like it's in a great place. Really doesn't paint its feet at all. The RNG is still just whack. I don't know how much it painted its feet in Splatoon 2, but in Splatoon 3, you have to walk like 3 full steps to get to where you painted with a horizontal flick. Bab was talking about wanting to play solo Tetras in this game. I feel like this is the moment of the game where you want to be, like, one-tricking Tetras. If you're ever going to do it. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. You can see my ink tag. 4, 5. 5.5, basically. For horizontal flicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and a little bit less for the vertical flicks. They're about the same amount of ink, interestingly. But look at that. Look at how far you have to go before you're painting your feet at all. Like, if you want to paint your feet with the horizontal flick, you have to wait until it, like, hits all the way down on the ground. That's the only way you're getting anything. Dynamo can work with what I'm seeing. Okay. I guess maybe the part of the idea is to jump swing? No, that still doesn't get you very close to it. That feels different than it is in Splatoon 2 to me. I don't know if I'm right about that. But, like, the fact that I have to walk all the way forward to get into my own ink seems really bad. Especially since it takes away your ability to squid roll. It's the same? Okay. It's like, it's a generous hitbox, it's just really inconsistent too. Because, like, this flick is this shape, but then this flick is that shape. And then this flick is that shape. They're just all completely different. There's no telling what you're actually going to hit them with. May not be good, but at least I'm having fun with it. Awesome. Glad you're having fun. That's what matters the most. Okay. I guess you can pop Tacticooler for some cover in a pinch, but that's about all you got. It's very exposed. Play some Inkjet. Yes, Inkjet, not tri-slosher. Quite a bit more consistent now. Wow, that is sad, yeah. Dynamo can attack over Cooler pretty well, yeah. It's interesting that the Tacticooler isn't destructible, but gives you cover. No, it was single Dynamo. I was looking at something else on the right side. Darn. What do you think the other stringers will be? I think they're really more fire rate for damage. Yeah, it might be that like the heavy versions of the weapon work a lot better than this one does. They just need something. Better paint coverage, better damage. Maybe some improved mobility. I don't know. Like, there are too many things that are worse than a charger. I need a reason to pick it over a charger. I'm having some trouble keeping track of where everyone is. I think because of the map design, because it's like there are tighter corridors. So stealth strats might work a little bit better here. Nice. Oh, hello. And that's the power of max sense. Oh, putting Toxic Mist on the Tacticular is actually a cracked idea. Oh my, I just want to swim forward out of spawn. I'm just like holding forward, like, why am I not going anywhere? Because you have to launch out of it. I don't know if I like that. I guess it might help with like spawn camping a little bit, but there are already so many anti-spawn camping measures. I like that you can, in Splatoon 2, you can just hold forward, and you will immediately, like on frame 1, be moving out of spawn. Whereas here, you have to like time the ZR press. Maybe you should try Splatana and Stringers in game to fully form opinions. Stringer at least feels better in matches. I mean, I'll do it. Probably won't enjoy it. What is my method of doing consistent damage? Oh, do I need to land it? Do I need to do the SPLATOON thing where I hit them and then the explosion on the floor also hits them? I should try. If I had had more time, I would have messed around with that more against the target dummies. That might actually give me something to work with. Am I really not hitting anything with those shots? They're not charged enough to be dropping the rockets down either. Of course it has toxicness. I feel very frozen in place once I start like charging or anything, because it's just so inconsistent to paint my feet. Ooh. Ugh. That was just like charger tap shots. That didn't kill. I don't keep charge. Form. I still don't see it. How's it going, Cronky FN? Air charging, yeah, not the play. Splatoon 3 has lots of delay? I haven't been feeling it too bad. Explosion around the walls or under ledges, but yeah, then just play Hexflow, exactly. Or a blaster. Like a range blaster is probably still better than this. And the blasters are eaten well. Like, they seem really good right now. I actually want to compare that to Splat Charger, just for comparison's sake. Because this is the weapon I keep saying, like, this outclasses... Oh, wait. Do I not have charge hold? Okay, I do. Okay, check this out. Okay. Hold on. Ah, oh, I know this is possible. I've seen someone do it. I need to paint more of this weapon so I don't miss it. Okay. Ah! Darn it. You can do the wall jump into a shot. It's sick. I've seen it. It's insane. I love it. Even more as an explosher than a charger? Just, it doesn't have anywhere near as big an AoE radius. And, like, the damage is pretty pitiful. For how long you have to charge, that should be, like, at least doing, like, 90 damage or something, but it does, like, 50. Oh. Yeah, I should be watching the low ground. Still in, like, blaster mode, I think. With another charger and a stringer. And the range is just so much better. And this is just the Splat Charger. This isn't like an A-liter or anything. But like, look at that. That's way more consistent than anything I can do on this stringer. And it's faster. And that, okay, that confirms that you can just flank the ink vac. So a counterplay for a charger would be you can get someone to like distract the ink vac, like turn it towards them, and then hit it from a flank. Charger hard outclasses Tri-Stringer. Not even close. Charger's gonna be meta. Tri-Stringer is just bad. My first jump out. Oh man. The memories we're building together. I don't think I'm scared of you. Okay, now I'm scared of you. I wasn't scared of them until one of my angles was cut off by the enemy charger. Then there was a problem. Oh, that missed. That's disappointing. Mind you, in Splatoon 2, Charger is my absolute worst class in the game. I am not good at this weapon, but I feel like I did considerably better in that game, combat-wise and otherwise, than on the Stringer. I just don't think the Stringer has enough going for it. Not enough damage, not enough pain at its feet, not enough range. Fix any one of those things and then we'll talk again, but I don't see it. Arrow's explosion does 28 damage. Well, see, I thought that, but then there was a shot that did... Oh no, that does 3. Okay, yeah, 28 damage is correct. So it's like another end zap shot or something. Damage is low, but chip over a larger area. Oh, so charge to first level gives you larger AoE? Okay, but it's... You're going to hit for like 28 total off of that. That's a single end zap shot. I don't think that's worth. Let's try the new roller. I feel like the new roller is actually different. It feels chunkier. Maybe I'm just getting fooled by the visual, but this is longer range than the Splatoon 2 Splat roller, isn't it? Am I wrong about that? It'll be interesting to see what they do with the Flingza when that's out. Because this feels a little bit Flingza-ish. The kills are a bit delayed. Yeah, there's something a little bit less satisfying about the kill marker than there was in Splatoon 2. I think part of it is that you don't see their name at the bottom of the screen. Disconnected players will be assigned a loss, but the battle will not count for players who remain connected. It just doesn't play it out. That's really weird. I guess maybe there's something with the networking that isn't allowing them to let people play the match out. Paper boy? I like it. I like this because it distinguishes it a lot better from the carbon roller. Like, in the first game, or not the first game I played, in Splatoon 2, the Splat Roller was just straight up outclassed by the Carbon Deco. There was no reason to pick a Splat Roller because Carbon Deco did everything that it did better. Moved a little bit slower in terms of having Curling Bomb. But then the Carbon Deco was a lightweight weapon, so it swam faster. So it was just like, there's no reason to pick the one. Here, you're trading off for a little bit of range and a little bit of hitbox size. Like, there definitely might be a niche for this. Goodbye. Aw, I took too long. I should have gone for the horizontal instead of the vertical there. Got greedy. Vertical is just more satisfying, you know? Attack. Oh, hello. Using the big bubbler to protect the enemy tacticooler is also really smart. Oh, this is a mistake for them. Why'd you put it over here? Nobody's over here. Yeah, this weapon feels really good. I like the weapons that they gave the big bubbler to. I think they're all weapons that can take really good advantage of it. It feels fun to play these one-shot weapons again. Like, I think roller and blaster players should be really happy with this. Was this one a 10x? Or was that an earlier one? It's interesting. I think the vertical flick's one-shot range is longer. I don't know if that was the case originally. Spawn camps will still happen, as you can see. Forgotten to check when screen is up. Death counter is back. Yes. There are kills, deaths, and specials, or KA. I should say deaths and specials. Like this splat icon better. I don't know if it's delayed when it comes in, or if it's more transparent, or if it's just the fact that it doesn't read across the bottom of the screen, but it feels a lot less impactful. Also, 14 and 2. Let's go. Okay, that wasn't the 10x. Darn. Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid, Debbie. Welcome, everybody. Oh, shoot. One sec. All right. One second. I need to go very soon, but I'm gonna make a quick call here. Oh. Okay. Okay, here I am. Where am I? I'm over here. Alright, I know where I am now. Okay. Oh, I hit them in the back, but I didn't do lethal damage. We'll take that, I guess. Yeah, I don't think you can throw yourself into the void, although I should test that and see if that is a thing. Because that would be hilarious. I definitely have seen some people dying very early on these maps. And I don't... Maybe that means it is possible. I don't know what's going on with that sound right now. Ugh. Splatana is so bad. Y'all saw that, right? Okay, let's see. No, you cannot launch yourself off the map. And Zipcaster does not have armor. So you're just glowing as a warning to your opponents that you're there. We're eventually able to kite back. So that was because I missed. Oh, I guess I haven't used the Splatana wiper yet on stream. Like, not in a match. I will do that, but it will be after I get back, because my parents are in town. They live out of town. And so I need to make sure I spend some time with them before they go. That should be a win. I'm really liking the feel of the roller. It feels like the maps are designed in such a way that it can function. You're not just going to get automatically outranged by something that's got better range than it. You have a bunch more corners to shark around. You've got narrow corridors, blind corners. You can sneak up around walls. I'm digging the blasters. I'm digging the rollers. I'm also digging this game. This is a lot of fun. But for now, I am going to have to sign off. I'll be back later on today. And I'll be playing as much as I possibly can. But for the time being, let's go and raid someone. There has got to be someone that is live right now to send you all to. Let's go send you to Milana. So those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you want to come along with the raid, hop onto Twitch. We'll send you guys off. All right, later, everybody. I'll be on later in the day, but for now, I'll send you off.